H.P. Lovecraft, The Poetry, an Introduction. H.P. Lovecraft was born in 1890 in Providence, Rhode Island. He was a prodigious but sickly youth. At 14 he contemplated suicide when his grandfather died, leaving him and his mother almost penniless. He began to write poetry, and a series of literary spats in a newspaper brought him attention and the beginnings of a career. But until the last decade of his life, the works for which he is so well known did not arrive. That last decade was prolific, but with little income his life downgraded from one rented house to another. In 1936, often malnourished, he was diagnosed with cancer and succumbed to it the following year. Here we bring you those poems which are the equal of his prose. Among our readers are John Michael MacDonald.
Astrophobos by H.P. Lovecraft. In the midnight heavens burning through the ethereal deeps afar, once I watched with restless yearning an alluring aureate star, every eve aloft returning, gleaming nigh the Arctic car. Mystic waves of beauty blended with the gorgeous golden rays, fantasies of bliss descend in a mirrored Elysian haze, in the lyre-born chords extended, harmonies of Lydian lays. There, thought I, lie scenes of pleasure, where the free and blessed dwell, and each moment bears a treasure, freighted with a lotus spell, and there floats a liquid measure from the lute of Israfel. There, I told myself, were shining worlds of happiness unknown, peace and innocence entwining by the crowned virtue's throne, men of light, their thoughts refining, purer, fairer than my own. Thus I mused when o'er the vision crept a red delirious change, hope dissolving to derision, beauty to distortion strange, hymnic chords in weird collision, spectral sights in endless range. Crimson burned the star of madness as behind the beams I peered. All was woe that seemed but gladness ere my gaze with truth was seared. Cacodemons mired with madness through the fever flickering leered. Now I know the fiendish fable that the golden glitter bore. Now I shun the spangled sable that I watched and loved before. But the horror, set and stable, haunts my soul forevermore. Halloween in a Suburb by H.P. Lovecraft. The steeples are white in the wild moonlight, and the trees have a silver glare. Past the chimneys high see the vampires fly, and the harpies of upper air that flutter and laugh and stare. For the village dead to the moon outspread never shone in the sunset's gleam, but grew out of the deep that the dead years keep, where the rivers of madness stream down the gulfs to a pit of dream. A chill wind blows through the rows of sheaves in the meadows that shimmer pale, and comes to twine where the headstones shine and the ghouls of the churchyard wail for harvests that fly and fail. Not a breath of the strange grey gods of change that tore from the past its own can quicken this hour when a spectral power spreads sleep o'er the cosmic throne and looses the vast unknown. So here again stretch the vale and plain that moons long forgotten saw, and the dead leap gay, and the pallid ray sprung out of the tomb's black maw to shake all the world with awe. And all that the morn shall greet forlorn, the ugliness and the pest of rows where thick rise the stones and brick, shall some day be with the rest, and brood with the shades unblessed. Then wild and dark let the lemurs bark, and the leprous spires ascend, for new and old alike in the fold of horror and death are penned, for the hounds of time to rend. Where Once Poe Walked by H.P. Lovecraft. Eternal brood the shadows on this ground, dreaming of centuries that have gone before. Great elms rise solemnly by slab and mound, arched high above the hidden world of yore. Round all the scene a light of memory plays, and dead leaves whisper of departed days, longing for sights and sounds that are no more. Lonely and sad, a spectre glides along aisles where of old his living footsteps fell. No common glance discerns him, though his song peals down through time with a mysterious spell. Only the few who sorcery's secret know espy amidst these tombs the shade of Poe.